Hello and welcome to the first episode of Base News. I'm your host, Louis F. Today's episode is brought to you by Sinbran, and an increasing state of existential dread. Let's get to our headlines. Based. So yeah, welcome to my little spaceship, guys.
Nice.
It's a rental. Don't get jealous.
Shut up!
But yeah, I just had to leave Earth for a few days because, it's getting pretty R-worded down there. And you're probably wondering what the hell the title of this video even means.
So I'll tell you what it means.
On June 11, 2012, deputies were called to a Florida strip club after the owner denied entry to a 47-year-old man with a cat. Instead of leaving with his kitty, the man sat down outside the business and called 911.
What's your emergency?
When the police arrived, they noted that the man appeared to be intoxicated and they advised him to leave the premises.
Get out of here.
The officers called a taxi for the man, and when it arrived, he refused to cooperate with the driver. Instead, he began yelling and causing a disturbance. He insisted that the club owner had committed a crime by denying entry to him and his cat.
You violated the law.
He continued to repeatedly call 911 on his cell phone, even though deputies were already on the scene. The intoxicated man was placed under arrest and had to be forcibly restrained. He was charged with misuse of the 911 system, disorderly intoxication, trespassing after warning, and resisting arrest without violence. He was held on $4,000 bond, and the kitten was taken into custody by animal control. And speaking of misusing 911, in June of 2017, a Florida man called 911 and told him that his grandmother had just suffered a stroke in a parking lot. Strangely, he also added that he was willing to pay responders to drive him to Hooters.
What?
Instead, 28-year-old Jonathan Hinkle got a ride to his local county jail after deputies completed a search for his grandmother. It took 3 hours for the police to finally find her at another location, and they discovered that she did not have a stroke at all or ask anyone for help. And just like the cat owner who wanted to see some naked ladies, Hinkle was arrested on charges of misusing 911. In December of 2014, a 31-year-old Florida man named John Arwood spent 2 days in a closet with a woman at Daytona State College. The pair believed that they were trapped and eventually called 911.
Help me!
Once the police arrived, John quickly realized that the door was not locked at all and they could have simply just walked out at any point.
Oh, shit.
John told police that they were chased into the closet where the officers found feces and copper scouring pads, which are often used to smoke crack. No drugs were found, but they both faced several charges, including
Misuse of 911.
Alright, this next story is pretty gross, so buckle up.
Okay, let's go.
In January of 2019, Florida police launched an investigation after an out-of-state resident contacted Animal Services to report an online video which depicted a man having sexual intercourse with a dog. Detectives from the sheriff's office later obtained a copy of the video which contained graphic images of the man dressed in a Siberian husky costume engaging in sexual activity with the animal. The dog was clearly distressed during the video and at one point tried to run away, but the man responded by hitting the dog with a penis-shaped sex toy. Investigators were able to trace the video back to a 21-year-old who admitted to detectives that he made the footage with his pet husky before posting it on the internet. It was later discovered that the suspect had been spending time in several chat rooms with others who had interest in zoophilia and had transferred the video to someone he'd been chatting with.
All the single furries, all the single furries.
The 21-year-old man was charged with aggravated animal cruelty and 10 counts of prohibited sexual acts. The Siberian Husky, along with another pet chihuahua, were removed from his home and placed into the custody of animal welfare officials. Alright guys, this is the last story I have for you today, and this is a story that I probably should have included in my Halloween special in October. But anyway, a man at a Halloween party named Boyd Corbin was reportedly dressed in an ironic KKK costume when he allegedly got into a brawl with a man in drag. The scuffle eventually landed Corbin in criminal court facing felony charges for using a deadly weapon during the assault. The weapon in question? A tiki torch. 2 years after the incident, Mr. Corbin ran for mayor of a small city. And where was this city located, you might ask? Florida. Oh, also, the polar ice caps are melting, sea levels are rising, and there's a highly excessive amount of carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere. That's not important. If you enjoyed this video, share it maybe. That might help me out. See ya. Thank you.